Hi, welcome back. Following the very brief intro on exegesis, let's jump into the process of making observations so that we can sort of discover what's there in the biblical text. So we're concerned with observations at this point. Now, exegesis involves at least three basic steps. First of all, step one, following our translation, is that we need to observe what's there in the biblical text. Second, we are then led from observation to interpret what we've just seen, what we've just observed. And finally, we are led to application. So they go in that order. Observation, interpretation, application. Now, I use the analogy of the human body with the organs and the skeleton. Our human body has all kinds of organs, doesn't it? We have the eye, we have the brain, we have muscles, we have the heart, the liver, the digestive tract, the lungs, etc. But we also have something in our human body called the skeleton. It is the skeleton itself that provides the structure so that the organs can function properly. Without the skeleton in the human body, we would simply be a blob of organs on the floor, unable to do anything or move anywhere. It is a skeleton that shows how the stuff of the Bible is related. That's what observations are about. With observations, we are learning to see how the raw material, or you may think of them as organs, of the biblical text are related. For example, think of organs here. Well, in the Bible, we have all kinds of raw material. We have material that deals with people or biography. We have other material that deals with time or chronology. Other material in the biblical text, i.e. organs, may have to do with emotions. We also have events, historical events that occur in the Bible. And then we also have ideas that are part of the biblical text. Now, it is structure itself that shows how the raw material is related. So, how parts of text fit together. Now, in your workbook, there's a summary sheet of literary relationships, and those are there to help you discover and find structure that's there in the biblical text. For example, you'll see the Greek preposition alla or de that means contrast. It's translated as but. For example, Jesus says, "I did not come to call the righteous, but sinners." That little word but it expresses a contrast of between two groups of people whom Jesus did not come to call and whom Jesus did come to call. We also have a conjunction like for, gar, that explains something previous. That is a literary relationship that's there in the text. We have a conjunction like hosta, so that, that indicates a result. Or a conjunction like un, translated as therefore. Here is a red flag word saying we are looking at some kind of conclusion that's there in the text. So let that summary sheet or sheets of literary relationships become your friends, because those keys will help you to see what is there in the biblical text. So let's take a look at a couple examples. In Romans 1:16, let's pronounce this together. Ugar episkunamai ta euangelion dunamis gar theou esten esoterion panti to pistuanti eudaio te proton kai Helleni. Translation is down there below. For I'm not ashamed of the gospel, which is really a way of saying I'm really proud of. Technically, this is called an example of litotes, where you say something negative to highlight the positive. Paul says, I'm really proud of the gospel. And then we have this little conjunction gar, translated as for. So here, structure, Paul explains why he is so very proud of the gospel, and then he explains why it is so. It is the power of God unto salvation. With the process of observation, we are training our eyes to see what's there in the text. Now, moving on a little farther, we're still talking about the same text. Now, notice here, I have another observation here that moves from general, something very general, to particular, and we have two particulars. Now, the general is to everyone who believes. Here we're dealing with biographical material, followed by two particulars of the more general. First to the Jew, and secondly to the Greek. So both the Jew and the Greek are particulars of the more general to everyone who believes. Another example here in John 10:10a. Let's pronounce it. Hakleptes uk erchatai me hina klepse kai thuse kai apalese. Now, hakleptes means thief. Perhaps you've heard of a kleptomaniac. This is someone with a mania for stealing. Uk erchatai, does not come, and then we have in order that, me. That indicates a purpose. That's why the thief comes. Now, this is hooked up with three verbs. We have klepto, that means I steal, thuo, that means I kill, and apalumi, I destroy. So, hina here is connected with three aorist subjunctives, in order that he might steal, he might kill, and in order that he might destroy. So we can note here a threefold purpose, and this is established here by that conjunction hina, in order that. For the coming of the thief, he might steal, he might kill, and he might destroy. Now, we need to remember the fact that an aorist subjunctive refers to point action. Steal, kill, destroy. The purpose of the thief. Now, in John 10:10b, we can make another observation. This is the second half. Let's pronounce it. Ego eothon hina zoein echosin kai perisan echosin. Now, ego eothon, I came. We see hina again, another purpose. And the first hina goes with echosin, and hina also goes here with the second verb echosin. So we have the repetition here of echosin in both places. So here we have a purpose, hina again, for why Jesus came. We have a repetition, obviously, of echo. And echosyn is parsed as a present active subjunctive, third person plural, in order that they might have. So we have the present subjunctive that refers to continuous action, meaning continue to have. So in order that they might continue to have life, and in order that they might continue to have it, meaning life, abundantly. Now, if we pull John 10a and 10b together, we can see here a clear contrast. We are dealing with opposites between the threefold purpose of the thief's coming, and those are noted here by the aor subjunctives that accentuate the taking of life: steal, kill, destroy. And the purpose of Jesus' coming, and these are noted as present subjunctives: giving life, and giving life in abundance, continuous action. So with literary relationships, we are learning to see how material of the Greek New Testament hangs together. And that summary sheet, again, of literary relationships is so important. On that sheet, for example, you'll see the hina, conjunction, and right next to it, you'll see purpose. So hina really serves as a red flag word saying a purpose is coming and a subjunctive is coming. Now, what we are doing with Greek exegesis is that we are paying careful attention to detail. We are training our eyes to see what's really there in the text, and we are leading out of the text what's there. And through literary relationships, these help make our seeing into a conscious activity. And in doing so, we become active rather than passive readers. Thanks, and our next presentation is going to be on the purpose of the epistle of 1 John. So I look forward to you in our next session.